Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurs living the dream 2025 is back. Visibility creates opportunity, and the more you're seen, the more doors open for your success. Visibility is the bridge between your expertise and your audience trust.
I want to give you 3 words: refocus, reframe, reconnect. Refocus, reframe, reconnect. You're going to hear this peppered throughout this talk, and this is a very serious time. We're in uncertain times, unprecedented times, times that are pretty frightening, not just here in the U.S., but around the world. See, I'm on a mission to help you recognize your seat of empowerment as an entrepreneur. It is because of you that we have hope. It is because of you that we can build bridges, unite governments, create sustainable communities. But you have to first believe it. When change happens, we often fall into a place of fear. I like to call it the 3 faces of fear. You either are frozen, you're in that petrified state, you see it happening, those tsunami waves after tsunami wave, but you don't know what to do, so you do nothing. Or perhaps you're that one that's in a state of denial. I like to call it the ostrich syndrome. You bury your head in the sand, you don't want to see it, you don't want to hear it, and you just hope that when you raise your head up, that things are going to go back to normal. How many of us have said, if only it could go back to normal, right? But think about that. Do you really want to live this amazing, brilliant life of yours looking in the rearview mirror? Do you have such limiting beliefs of possibility that you think your yesterday was as good as it gets? So do I have permission to be raw and real with you all today? Because again, this is time for action and time for change. The third face of fear is what I call the CLS syndrome. So you need to check yourself. You may have been affected by it. That's called the Chicken Little syndrome. You are running around frenetically. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And perhaps for you it has. But again, are you the situation? Or is it just something that happened? And then you rise up, you become strengthened by it, and you move on. We all have choices in life, right? But the question is, what choice are you going to make as an entrepreneur today? The world is crying for people to stand up, rise up, and make a difference. You have to stand up unapologetically. I'm not politicizing this, but again, when we think about our communities, when we think about the pay structure, when we talk about equity, when we talk about diversity, all of those are linked to processes, guidelines, systems. If it's something that is preventing you from rising to the best and greatest version of yourself, take a seat at the table. Stop waiting for someone else. Right? So when I'm talking about change, I want to talk about this component here. As business owners, who wants to stay in business for a minute?
I think that's a good idea.
It's a good idea, right? How many are in this room are in business to make money? There's nothing wrong with that. I want to ask you one question, and I want you to keep your hands up. How many of you have been in business for at least 1 to 2 years? 5 years? 10 years? 15 years? 20 years, 25, 30. Look around the room. We've got 2 legacy companies here, folks. So often when we think about legacy, we think about Coca-Cola, Microsoft, the big names. Legacy is about creating sustainability and influencing the lives and communities and customers you touch on a continual, predictable, ongoing basis. doing so in a way that you become indelible and memorable, so that the next generation is looking to you to build up and to rise up. Most of us are not going to be a Coca-Cola, but I guarantee you can be a Coca-Cola in your field of influence. So I want to challenge you, stop looking to your left and right at who's doing what, because your lane is your lane. You only compete with yourself. Sidney Poitier said that every day his goal is to get better and better than from where he was before. He didn't care what other people were doing. What was he called to do? I want to tell you a little bit about my story and why it's so important. This topic is called How to Future-Proof Your Business. As Trish said, I'm a strategist. I've been in global strategist for over 30 years. And I have done it for billion-dollar companies. I'm called in because of my line of sight. That's my giftedness. I'm able to see the patterns. I don't know why, but that's how I see things. I see patterns, whereas most people just see things in situations. I'm able to find the opportunity in the chaos and translate the stumbling blocks into stepping stones in every situation. And I get paid well because of that line of sight. But guess what? Each of you have that divine gift, but you got to use it. Just like going to the gym, you have this vision of this beautiful body, but if you only go once a week and lift weights for 15 minutes, go home, sit on the couch, eat your potato chips or cookies, don't get a lot of sleep, are you going to actually embody that vision that you have of yourself? Only in your head. It becomes a dream. Now this conference is called Entrepreneurs Living the Dream. Okay, that's living, that's when it's happened. But a dream state is nothing but a dream state. It's hope methodology. You're hoping it happens. You're allowing influences to decide what's going to happen to you. But when you are in a vision state, it's divinely inspired and it's action-oriented. Vision always follows action. If you're not moving toward where you say you're going, check yourself and ask, why not? If you're busy comparing yourself to other people, ask, why am I doing that? When we're talking about future-proofing yourself, I promise you, I've been saying this for 4 years. I've been featured on USA Today, Market Watch, numerous news outlets, just recently on Business Insider, speaking about what I'm sharing with you now. So if businesses in the mainstream are leaning into LaWanna Bradford, and you have the luxury to have me right now, listen closely. If you are doing your business exactly the same way as you were doing it 1 year ago, you're on your way of becoming obsolete. You really are. Things are changing so rapidly, and I don't care what you do. Even if you're a full-time speaker, if you're doing things in the same way, I'm not saying what you deliver, how you deliver it, how you communicate your messaging, how you reach out to your customers. Our customers are becoming more savvy. I was just talking to the maverick millionaire back there, and just how, again, 30 plus years, legacy, still reinventing himself. Are you reinventing yourself? Are you comfortable with just being, I'm making enough. It feels good. I can pay my bills. I can send my kids to school. What about the next generation? Business is bigger than you, or it's a hobby. There are 3 ways to proof your business, refocus, reframe, and reconnect. As a strategist, most people have heard of strategic planning, right? Can someone tell me, what is strategic planning to you? Very quickly, what does it mean to you? It's a roadmap. Give me a little deeper definition. What is strategic planning? Define it. Define it. Everyone says here they've done strategy. What is strategic planning? What is strategic planning? What is strategic planning?
Using the strategies that you know and goals you set.
What is strategic planning?
Being strategic about how you want to run your business, how you want to empower your clients, and how to get there.
Strategic planning in a nutshell, in this very simplistic form, is this is where I am, this is where I want to be, and I hope with this junk I throw at the wall, it'll stick and I'll get there. That's what it is in a nutshell. If that worked, why aren't we seeing major successes with our small businesses? 50% of the small business owners fail in the first 5 years. 75% make it, 25% make it 10 years beyond. So strategic planning is more than that. Your billion-dollar companies spend a lot of money in strategy, but you don't. You don't think about it. I know you don't. And that's okay. I'm being raw. I want you to start thinking strategically. So it's sight. It's not an activity. It's a way of being. It's the way you see, the way you react, the way you respond, the way you measure, the way you analyze everything that's happening around you. It's just how you look at your business. When you understand that component, now you can overlay, refocus, reframe, and reconnect. That's my system I designed. So refocus, in the very simplistic terms, when you hear refocus, what do you think that is? Refocus. Yes. Someone says begin again. Refocus. Just think about the word, focus.
Looking at something else.
Looking at something else. Okay, refocus is looking at something else. So it's basically an environmental scan. It's being self-aware, whether it's in life and business. It's understanding all the indicators, all the pieces of the puzzle that are around you. Your gifts, your talents, your resources, your finances, your strategic partners, the lane that you're in, your market, your customers, your processes, the industry. Many small business owners cannot tell you what industry they're in. That's scary. You're doing something, but if I said, what's your industry doing? I don't know. And you wonder why you're not successful. You're wondering why the bottom line isn't increasing. You're wondering why you don't have the impact influence that you want. Become a student of your craft, of your market, and of your industry. At any given time, if you're looking for visibility, I heard someone talking about visibility earlier, you may be on an interview, national interview show, and they're asking you, okay, this is great, I love what you're doing. What's happening in your industry? And you're giving them deer in headlights. Know your industry. Success leaves clues. A lot of your answers are in what the industry giants are already doing. They're already blazing the trail. You want to know, and I know Maverick Millionaire is coming up here, but we had a conversation about a change that I'm about to make on the technology side in my business. Literally, I just had these meetings. And he's here talking to me about what his company is doing. I'm like, I don't know these people. I love what they're doing. You're doing the same thing. Relationship, call me. But again, I know where my industry is going and what critical pieces I need in order to create sustainability. So exactly right, Frida, that it's being aware. The other thing, when we're looking at, said refocus, reframing. Reframing, this is so important. This is your seat of power. You are creative, brilliant, innovative beings. But many of you don't believe that. You play small, you sideline yourself, you feel that you're not creative enough, so I've just got to, let me replicate WPN. Why replicate them? They're in their own lane. They're dominating. Do what you were called to do. Create your own type of community. You don't have to be a carbon copy of excellence. You are excellence. You hear me? You are excellent. That deserves an applause, folks. Someone once told me, if you cannot stand and applaud yourself, don't expect the world to applaud you. If you cannot, here's a statement. It says, he who has a story to tell and goes and whispers in a well is not as apt to get the dollar as he who climbs a tree and hollers. Are you silent? Are you rising up? Are you being that red balloon among a sea of white balloons? Are you being the symphony that rises in this crazy, noisy world? What are you doing? How are you showing up? Reframing is designing the blueprint for your life and business. You design your life for your business. You design it. It's your lane, it's your blueprint. That means you decide who's in it, who's out. You decide the pricing structure, what you're going to do, who the strategic partners are. And as George Fraser says, if you don't like it or don't like someone in it, you bless and release them and move on. Right? But some of us are afraid of our creative genius. We're afraid. Trust it. Design it. Be willing to be that trailblazer and do things that no one else is doing. It may sound crazy. Who cares? Do it. That could be your multi-million dollar idea. Stop playing small. The last one, we said refocus, reframe, reconnect. For me, that was the hardest thing because that's where the mindset comes in. That's the belief structure. When you've been broken, beaten, dejected, and you're wondering, can I really do this? I understand all the pieces. I've designed it. I don't know. You got to rise above those limiting beliefs. You got to separate yourselves from the naysayers. My story, very quickly, many of you know it. I've been in business 30 years. My company, the Bradford Group, is a mortgage company. I actually have 2 currently. But the Bradford Group is celebrating 19 years in business. And I say that not to get the applause, but the fact that we survived 2007, 2008 mortgage crisis. We survived the pandemic when no one was buying loans because everybody was shut in. And we're surviving this crazy, uncertain market that we have right now. But how did we do that? We didn't pivot. Pivot means changing direction. I don't like the word pivot. I like innovation and being creative. We said, this is the lane we know that we're called to be in, but what we're going to do is find out how to do it in a different way to serve our population today. So rather than residential, we switched to commercial. I'm going to give you a quick story that everyone can relate to, and I'm going to wrap this up. Disney. How many of you know of Disney? Show of hands. Everyone knows Disney? Love Disney? I love Disney. Disney is celebrating 102 years. Legacy company, started in 1923. And it was an animation company. First animated film, Snow White. Everyone loved it. Then, boom, World Wars hit. No one wants to go see animation. Our men are dying abroad. Really? So what did they do? They partnered with, we heard someone talk about partnership earlier, they partnered with the government to do their war propaganda videos. That kept Disney afloat. Without that, we never would have known of a Disney. Then fast forward, happy days are here again. The war is over. People are getting back. It's the greatest time in America. They reinvented themselves again. You hear reimagining? Reimagine isn't just a slogan. It's how they live. It's their brand extension. They created the Disney theme parks. Then we fast forward. They reimagined again in 2019. Why? Because we're now in the digital age. How do we still stay relevant? What did Disney do? They partnered with Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, Star Wars, bigger than ever. Are you willing to find the right strategic partnerships? I'm not talking about the one and done, I need some help with this, but true strategic partnerships that you can grow with, that you can develop, that you can expand with, where it's a win-win opportunity for you. Again, success leaves clues. Pay attention to what the big boys and girls are doing. Millionaire Maverick back there. Yes, I'm giving you some plugs, sweetie. But pay attention. They are where they are for a reason. You are in the room with this man here. No one should leave here without spending 5 minutes in his presence and think of one critical question, just one because he's busy, that you want to ask him. Think strategically about that question and take it and apply it. So, reconnect. It's scary. Got to get rid of those negative, stinking thinking. You got to be brave enough to redesign and reframe your life. And you've got to be willing to have the line of sight to look at all the pieces, all the indicators, and make the right move. See, leaders are chess players. They're strategic, they're innovators. They are the way makers. Are you guys way makers in here? Come on, I'm not convinced. Are you way makers? I'm LaWanna Bradford. Thank you so very much. And just remember that in life and in business, when your vision intersects with opportunity, success is inevitable. Thank you.